Fast facts. Why runoff matters. Brook Run Project local rain garden results. Reduced stormwater volume by an overall total of 37%. 50% phosphorus reduction. 35% nitrogen reduction. In your neighborhood, clogged drains can back up water into basements, threaten properties, and flood roads. The first 1 inch of rain is where pollutants typically run off into the local ecosystems. This leads to decreases in water quality, effects on stream habitat, and increases in water temperature. Properly assessing your site is key to your success. Here are a few do's and don'ts to keep in mind. Water quality site assessment. Do's. Evaluate the slope of your area for proper water drainage. Assess where your water source will be coming from, a downspout, driveway, patio, or sidewalk. Call OOPS at 800-362-2764 before you dig several days in advance to mark your location. Don'ts. Avoid placing your rain garden too close to trees. It may disturb already established root systems. Do not place it closer than 10 to 20 feet from your foundation, but close enough to the water source. Avoid digging before contacting OOPS. Dig a hole 8 inches deep. Fill the hole with water. Check back in 24 hours to see if the water has drained from the hole. If the hole is still filled with a lot of water, try a different part of your yard. If the hole is not filled with water, it is a good location for your rain garden. Rain gardens come in a wide variety of shapes and sizes. We have created our plan along with a variety of local native plants that are tolerant to flooding and drought. The first step is to measure your area. The easiest way to start is to have a general plan on paper with your dimensions. Keep in mind bloom time, color, and plant height. Create a native habitat that helps attract useful insects, birds, and animals to ensure our local ecosystem thrives. Native plants and cultivars of natives are best suited for Ohio soils, climate, and pollinators. Avoid invasive plants that may threaten Ohio native plants and wildlife.
Hi, my name is Kevin Taylor. I work here at Dill's Greenhouse as our nursery manager. You'll want to select the plants that are going to best fit with your exposure, whether it be a full sun exposure or an exposure where it's just a partial day of sun. One of the easiest ways to take care of your plants is simply to choose the right plant from the start. And that being said, if you choose a plant most suited for your scenario, it's going to perform the way it's supposed to. Taking care of these plants, some of that comes back to your plant selection. If you've chosen the right plant, it should behave with very minimal care, with the exception of maybe some deadheading or some light trimming through the season. As long as it's fit for that sun exposure and amount of moisture in that area, it should perform just fine.
The second step is to measure your area. You can use a spray can, a water hose, or marking flags to indicate your shape. For safety reasons, before you dig, contact OOPS at 1-800-362-2764 or visit oups.org. With a flat-sided shovel or a sod cutter, begin to remove the sod until the area is free from sod. Continue to break up the top couple of inches of the soil. If necessary, add a 2-inch layer of compost and mix into your existing soil while grading the bottom of the garden evenly. Use your general plan to lay out your plants into position before you dig. This will show you if you have enough spacing between plants. Begin digging the hole for your plants. The hole depth should match the root ball height of your plants. A few tips when planting. After digging your hole, place a little slow-release plant food in the hole. Place enough soil to cover the root ball. The stem of the flower should not be covered with soil. The choice of decorative bedding material depends on your budget and general aesthetic desired. Mulch and river rock are popular choices. It may take a short time for your native plants to establish. Take extra care to keep your new tender plants regularly watered throughout the growing season, especially on hot sunny days. Be sure to remove any leaves that have collected at your water source for unrestricted water flow.
Definitely in your plant selection, if you're a bird lover or wildlife lover, there are plants that we have here that are made specifically for certain things. One might be a milkweed that would be particularly popular as a host plant for the monarchs. There are butterfly attracting plants as well as plants that attract beneficial insects that are good insects that eat the bad insects without the use of pesticides. Some of the most water tolerant plants that come to my memory would be things like the iris, certain species of iris, different hibiscus, lithrum, milkweeds. Those are all things I know that I've seen planted actually in ponds and water's edges, submerged for very extended, if not indefinite periods of time. If you have other questions regarding rain gardens as well as any other plant needs you might have, the experts here at Dill's Greenhouse can help you whatever the scenario may be.